Okay, a couple of common phone calls I will get from people is, one, the light on their collar is flashing. So when you go to turn off your remote, you have to actually hold that button down until your collar says off, because that button also works as a light. So if I hit this button, it will cause, just once, and don't hold it down, it'll cause the light to flash on the collar. And if I hit it again, the light will go solid and stay on. And then if I hit it again, it turns it off. Okay, and the second reason why people will sometimes give us a call is because their numbers on their remote have gotten stuck. The dial's gotten stuck. In other words, they'll turn the dial and the number won't change. What's happened there is that this has gotten pressed and held for a certain length of time. So all you have to do is press and hold, press down on that. And once it blinks, it's unlocked and you can now turn the dials again. Another common problem is that people say their dog is no longer responding to their collar. And a lot of times what's happened is collar's gotten too loose. And so the contact points are not actually touching on their dog's neck. So if the collar is sitting like this on your dog's neck, my finger being the dog's neck, where there is actually some room between it, they won't feel anything. And if only one of the contact points is actually touching their neck, they won't feel anything. But what will happen is because they're not listening to you, you will be dialing up in the numbers, and then at some point they may turn their head and make contact, and then you're going to be way too high of a level. So it's really important that the contact points are actually touching the skin of your dog, not just their fur, because they could be touching the fur here and not actually be making contact with the skin. So the best way to check is to not feel underneath the collar. A lot of people want to stick their fingers under the collar and they feel like it's pretty snug. You actually want to try to stick your fingers underneath the prongs and make sure that those contact points are making good contact with your dog's skin. So, and sometimes the collars may loosen a little bit. We give you the quick release collars, and sometimes when those get wet and over time they may get a little bit looser. So you may need to go in periodically and snug them back up. Or if your dog is growing, the opposite, you may need to go in there and actually loosen it. And then again, you need to check and make sure though each time that these prongs are both making contact. So those are the three main issues that we get calls for. But everything else, if there's anything going on with your collar, don't forget you do have the booklet in your box that will go over any other troubleshooting issues that you may be having.